Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Brief with Labrie, and today I have a project share for Scrap Diva Designs. So I'm going to share with you guys one thing that I have already had a tutorial out on. I think that's the only one that I had recorded recently. But yeah, I'll be sharing that one with you guys today, and I'll share that briefly so that way if you guys want to watch that process video or the tutorial, I will leave it linked down below. I also have an affiliate link linked down below. It's free to use, so if you click on it you won't get charged to use it. However, I do make a small commission off of it to help my channel as well, so if you guys would like to use that, again, it'll be linked down below for y'all. And it is to her shop, so you guys can get a small discount from there as well. I have a discount code as well, so you guys can use that if you'd like. I also but okay, let me go ahead and share with you guys what I've created. So the day that I posted this unboxing video of me showing you guys the dies that she sent to me, I actually started right away my first project because I already had ideas flowing, and I was like, you know what, the kids are asleep, I might as well just at least prep something to get it going. And so that's what I did, and the first thing that I started with were these hearts. I know Valentine's Day is over, so I really wanted to try to use the Valentine's Day stuff in other ways. And I knew already that I wanted to make some kind of 3D arrow project, and so what I did was I grabbed a couple of paper straws. And this is what the die looks like. So you get the tails, if you guys have seen my haul video, or I guess haul unboxing type video. This is how it turned out. I did make them 3D. At first I was like, okay, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I thought about like the little, you know, 3D balloons that you can make, or circle embellishments, and I thought about doing them with hearts. And so I did it here. I don't know if you guys can see. And you know, if I'm too far, I did realize that if you're on your phone on YouTube, you can actually pinch the screen and zoom in. So if I'm too far for you guys can actually zoom in and see a little bit closer. It's just, it's easier for me to know I'm in frame if I'm a little zoomed out. So this is what it looks like. As you guys can see, the top here looks like this. Like right once I saw this die, this is the first thing that came to mind. I already knew I wanted the little feathers to open up like this, and I knew I wanted the arrow part to look like it as well. I didn't want it to be flat. So this is how they turned out. This is the second one that I made. And this one I did use gold foil paper. This is the old foil paper from Michael's that they used to sell in their 8.5 by 11 packs, because now the back is craft and it's a little bit thicker, but I do prefer this one over that one, so I did use that. And then I did tie some string, I don't know if you guys can see, on this one here, and I tied it all the way around the straw. I did use a pink straw, of course, and this one is a diagonal stripe straw. And for this one I just used one of those Hobby Lobby, I actually have it here, clearance stickers that I shared in a haul video, and I just used a strip of that, and it fit perfectly on here, and it just embellished the straw a little bit. I did add a little bow from Walmart onto there, and this one I didn't do a bow because I wanted it to have, you know, that little wraparound on the top. And as you guys can see, I didn't do them Valentine's Day theme. I made them more of a birthday theme because I was thinking these would be so cute as birthday arrows, and you could put a gift card. You can, like, you know, glue it onto the back here with a glue dot. Or you can even do it on the front on this one right here, and it can have it be right here. I don't have a gift card to show you guys. I told myself not to forget one too. But yeah, you can have it like, you know, sticking up on front, and then right here, because I have the pearls, I was thinking I could put one on the back. And then I did use some of the Valentine's Day themed words. So from this first set, I used the one that says Galentine. I actually used the XOXO from there. And then the one that says Valentine, because there's two different sets, I used the word hugs. So I did use both of these. And for the XOXO, I I hope I was in frame. I mean, I hope I was focused throughout that whole time that I was showing you guys. I wasn't looking at my camera. Right here it says XOXO happy birthday. And again, this could be for a family member if you want to, you know, use more so the XOXO for them and not like, you know, someone else. And then I just use a stamp from my stash. I think it's my favorite stamp that I like to go to when I'm making cards and stuff. I don't even know where it's at, honestly. It was here. But yeah, so I used that, and then it just made a little flag shape that says happy birthday onto some pink cardstock. And as you guys can see, I did pink and gold. And then this one right here says happy birthday hugs. And I did put this one on the straw, and then I put the hugs right on top of it, kind of like a banner. And this one's actually on the heart. So these are my little birthday arrows to gift some gift cards, or you can even hang it on a, you know, present if you would like. So that's how that turned out. And then the next die that I have here is the bunny die. So if you guys have seen me, or if you've seen the tutorial / process video, it's a little bit of a longer video, but I show you guys how I put together a little basket using this. And for this die, this is how it turned out. So I made a little girl, bunny, and a boy, so that way the basket has both. And it does have a little shaker. And I did want to have this handle move, but this is my first time making this you know, box, and I just totally forgot that step of putting the brad you know, through the papers before anything, because I kind of don't like when you could see the brad sometimes, so I didn't want to have to do it. But it's still a really cute basket, and I do love how it turned out. So that's how it looks. And the you can actually get this feet die from her shop as well, which I have a video on as well from an unboxing. And it comes with a bunch of other borders, and then right here is actually from the sand bucket die from her store. So I tried to combine some older design team dies that I received from her onto this project. So that is the little bunny basket. And then the next die that I have, I'm going to try to go through these quickly for you guys so you're not here forever, is the Tulip mini album die. And it does come with a couple of 4-leaf clovers, some words that say bloom and grow, which I did use. The only thing I didn't use were the little 4-leaf clovers. And then my favorite dragonfly and butterfly dies, you guys, my all-time fave. I'm still trying to figure out what this is. I don't know what this is. I thought it was a layering die for the butterfly, but it's not. So maybe it's another butterfly, maybe, possible? I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't even know what this is. I think it may be another butterfly, actually. And then they have the little, she has little tulip pieces as well right here. Oh my god, the camera isn't in focus. Hello? Thank you. Okay. Yeah, so little tulips, which I did use as well. And then the layering pieces. So for this, I want to make a mini album, but I wanted to do something different first before I did a mini album. And so I did make a card out of this die and an envelope. So this is what the envelope looks like. And this part right here from the flower is actually from the outline piece. So right here, it's the inside part. It's the negative, I guess you could say. That part that gets punched out, I did die cut it out of foam and pattern paper. So what I did was I did use it on the front of the envelope to kind of bring it all together. And it just gave it some dimension on top. And then I did use one of the mini tulips on the front to put in the middle. I was thinking maybe if I gift this card, I could put the to and from on top and bottom, or I could put the person's name on like on the front. I can handwrite it and cut it out, or I can use the die to spell out the name. And then I did add a little heart rhinestone in the middle because I accidentally pulled off the little leaf part right here, and it came right off, so I used this to kind of hide it. So no one will ever know unless they watch this video. And then for the envelope, I did make this myself, just with my own measurements. I literally took a piece of cardstock, put my card in the middle, and just folded the paper, because 2023 rhymes with lazy, and that's what I'm trying to be as much as I can when I can. So yeah, that's how I made the envelope. And then I did use some pink Velcro to keep it shut. I did mess up right here, but luckily I was able to fix it with as little damage as possible. I don't know if I made a video for this, to be honest. I don't remember if I recorded myself. But anyway, if I did, you'll see a video. I did do a little gusset on the top part right here, just so that way it folds nicely, because it is a little dimensional. So I don't know if you guys can see it. Yeah, it's a little like gusset right there. So that's the envelope. And then the card is like this. It's a shaped card. And how cute is this? It would be cute for, you know, to gift to someone, but also you can give it to a little girl for a birthday. I did do some stitching on here, as well as a shaker, of course. And for my shakers, I like to do different mixes. So this one I did do a different mix to kind of match the paper. As you guys can see, I put diamond dots, some leaves, some salmon colored sequins, and pink. And it just matches this card so well. And of course, I used the butterflies. Before I decided to use a green butterfly, I already had glued these two down, so I couldn't put the green one on this side and have a pink one on here, or I mean this little peach colored one, but it doesn't look too bad. And then I did use diamond dots to kind of make a little trail for the butterfly. I don't know if you guys can see. I know it's kind of blending into the shaker, but they're right here. So it's like a little trail for the dragonfly and the butterfly. Kind of see them shining there. And then I did use both the words bloom and grow. You'll see where I use grow, but I did do bloom, and I messed up this part twice, but luckily I was able to kind of redeem myself and fix it. And right here I did do some stitching. I don't know if you guys can see, to make it look like the leaves, like the veins of the leaves. So I used my sewing machine, and then I went ahead and I stitched around the piece, so that way there was more stitching and texture on there. And that's how it looks. So when you open it up, it's like this, and then it just says grow. And I did layer some iridescent cardstock on top of this green that matches the butterfly, just so that there's more color inside. And then I did another one of those tulips that match the envelope, so that way it gets brought in to the envelope and in the card. So those are, that's how that looks. And it looks clean on the back, just has the fold. And that is the card and envelope. So the next thing I'm going to show you guys, second to last thing, because that's you know, kind of the only things I have made right now. Hopefully I have time before the kids wake up to make some other things. I want to try to get at least one more process or tutorial video out there if I can. But I used two dies for this one, and they are both the bow dies. So I did a mini album, and I finished this last week. So it's been sitting in my craft room, but this is the big bow mini album. And I saw she has a cute bag topper too, so, or like a straw topper. So if you guys want to pick that up, it looks the exact same, it's just a smaller one. I think she has actually the straw topper and a bag topper. So if you're into bows, definitely grab all of the dies. And it comes with these cute little words that says love, girly, and bows, and two different sizes. And then she has a couple of different centers. So again, if you guys are more interested in the dies to see them how they are before they're all messed up like this, you guys can check out the haul video, which I'll have linked down below, or unboxing. I call them hauls because they're kind of like a haul, but they're definitely unboxings. And then I did use this Valentine like heart bow die as well, and I used every single piece from this die, so you guys will see that. And I basically used everything from here except for the smaller words. So let me go ahead and show you guys. Oh wait, did I get a little ahead of myself? Oh my god, I totally did. I wanted to show you guys the flowers next. I had a order that I want to show you guys. So okay, keep this in mind, but let me show you guys the flowers real quick since they're on my desk already. So with the flower dies, they actually come together on one die, but I just cut them in half so that way I can get 2 different pattern papers out in one run, and then I can die cut them multiple times and just mix and match, mix and match, mix and match. And if you want to do one sheet of paper, which I did with gold paper, I just put them all together on one sheet and kept them, you know, ran them through once. Normally I like to die cut each one separately, you know, different papers. Also, I don't like having these little things make marks on my paper, but I don't know, for this die I was just like, you know what, keep them together as much as you can. And even though, you know, most of the large dies, well, actually all the large dies are on this one, you know, just keep that in mind. You might end up having to take them apart, but with me, I don't really care. Unless I get to that point where I do have to take them apart, then I will. But that's why I love her die, because it comes with 4 of each size. So if you guys want to die cut all at once and make a bunch, you can definitely do that with this die. A lot of talking, but I really wanted to explain to you how well this die was for me. I got these flowers done quick because of how versatile it was when it came down to die cutting different papers. So I didn't even have to die cut so many things. I got all these flowers, I think, with 4 runs. So that was really fun. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys the best way possible. I will probably zoom in for you guys just so you guys can see them, and it'll be easier for me to show you guys as well. And I can move these dies out the way, but actually I'll keep these, I'll keep it zoomed out because I kind of want to show you guys some of the tools that I use. So I've been making paper flowers for so long. I remember I actually still have my one punch that I used to use back in 2011, I think, when I graduated high school. I used to make paper roses, and I think actually back in 2011 I do have a video of me showing you know, me using the flowers that I made in a project. And you guys, I just remember, you know, having to cut apart the little flower punch that I had, cut apart pieces, create the flowers and put them together. And again, that's just using one die. So definitely we have gotten more spoiled with things like her dies, where you can die cut these out a lot quicker, and you don't have to worry about readjusting the shape of the flower or anything like that. I can't get the punch right now because there's a lot of stuff on top of it. I just looked. I would have showed you guys. But it's a 5-petal flower that I used to use. This one has 6 petals. I think she has different kinds of flowers, but I was able to make these this variety of flowers with just her die. It's all about how you shape your flowers. So you can really make a bunch of different types of flowers with this die. It's just all about how you shape your flowers. Because you can even, you know, shape them flat if you like. You don't even need to shape them. You can just layer them on top of each other and make them flat. But as you guys can see, this is what it looks like. And then I was able to make this variety. So if you guys know me, I am a huge flower girl, right? And I just love flowers. I can't even tell you if I have a favorite because I just love flowers that much. I could tell you daisy's my favorite one day, and then the next day I'll tell you that chrysanthemums are my favorite. Hibiscus is my favorite, like, tropical flower. So I can't really say which is my favorite, but for these I kind of leaned more towards dahlias. So if you're a flower person, you know dahlias have a bunch, like a variety of names because of their shape, color, and their, you know, orientation. So that's kind of like what most of these flowers I imagined or pictured. I didn't stare at a dahlia and kind of go through it and figure it out. I kind of have picked flowers in my mind as is. So when I'm making these, I kind of just shape them and then put them together how I feel. So with these ones right here, these are not dahlia inspired, but they remind me of like cabbage flowers. What's another word for those? Cabbage flowers. Flowering kale is like another good word. So if you want to look up flowering kale, you'll see kind of how they look, but they're rounded and they look like little cabbages. And I did use seed beads for my centers for these, for all of them actually. I know they look kind of weird, so if you can't stand like little things like this, they kind of look like what are those? Dang, fish eggs. They look like fish eggs. I know the word, I just can't think about it right now. But I do actually eat fish eggs, I know. But that's what it looks like, and they're just curled up on the inside. You can do many more layers. I was just laying on the couch, still getting better from being sick, and like I said, you could do many layers. And I do prefer, you know, if you use double-sided paper, so that way on the outside there are other colors too showing. But this is what it looks like. Again, you guys can zoom in even more on the app. Look at how cute and pretty these are. I love cabbage flowers, you guys. These are so adorable. I love when I make these because they're the easiest to make. And yeah, they come together so cute. So, you know, I have a bunch of tools that I use for when I make flowers. Like this is a Sizzix toolkit, and you guys, I cannot find the foam that came with this kit for the life of me. I looked and looked and looked and I cannot find it. So I am just using just regular foam from my craft room, and don't mind the paint, that's for my daughter. She was painting yesterday. But this is what I use to shape my flowers, is just foam, and I use the tools that come in a toolkit from Sizzix. But as I was laying in bed sick, one of these tools disappeared. I fell asleep and one of them disappeared. These ones are the most dangerous ones, where they have little pokey tools on the ends. So the other ones just have two little ball tips. So if my kids get to them, it's really not that dangerous. But I haven't seen it yet. So it has to be in my pocket, because I remember putting it in my pocket before I napped, so that way it wouldn't go anywhere. So it might be in my sweat pockets and they're ready to wash. So that's probably where they went. But because the one that I lost is the one that I mainly use, I ended up having to go towards these, which are actually baking tools. But they do have the little rounded ends. I did buy new tools on Amazon yesterday, so they should be coming in soon. But I just used these and they worked fine. These are my quilling tools, so those don't matter. Another tool that, you know, if you're still trying to figure out if you like making flowers or not, are some reverse tweezers. So these come with Sizzix, and these are perfect because of how pointy the end is. I don't know if you guys can see how pointy this end is, but it is very pointy, you guys. And this makes it perfect if you want to curl any of your like little stamens in the middle, or if you want to, you know, curl the ends of your flowers. This is the tool. So you can use whatever tweezers you have, but I do prefer these ones. And it also comes with scissors too, so, you know, you can use these. These are not the best pair of scissors, but they're there. And this is actually, if you're making leaves, this gives your leaves the texture. You can use a texturing tool, which is this one right here. And you would basically take your leaf and you would just use this to give your leaf veins and texture. It's really cool. I do love that tool too. So I just wanted to show you guys kind of some tools that you can grab. My new ones are coming in, so, you know, I can't wait to get those in so I could play a little bit more. But I did use not diamond dots, but seed beads for the centers this time, and I used more of my neutral ones to do that, like gold and black. I have these from, dang, I don't remember the store. It's an online shop. It's like a vintagey shop. Something Mercantile. I don't remember. If you look that up, you might actually find it for some of these. And then I did use diamond dust. I love diamond dust, if you guys know me, so that's a staple in my craft room. So let me go ahead, now that I share with you guys some of my tools, the other flowers that I made. So this one right here was just a random one, but I had 2 extra flowers, so what I did was I just kind of shaped them and made it into this random flower. Okay guys, sorry, my phone was ringing. So let's go ahead and move on to these ones right here. So these ones I got inspired, again, these are not dahlia dies, so they're not going to look exactly like a dahlia, but I was really wanting some kind of flat flower, so that way, in case you guys aren't into the whole 3D, you can do a flat one. So these remind me of like the Happy Single Kiss dahlias. So Happy Single Kiss dahlias are more of a flatter, rounded petal flower. So there could be at least like even just one like row of petals. There isn't layers and layers and layers of petals. It's literally just one row, or there could be a layer or two of these petals. And these ones I did do 3 because I did have, these were the last ones I did, and there were 3 of each size left. You guys see this one's a little bit smaller than this one. And oh, that's what they remind me of. So if you guys look up a happy single kiss dahlia, that's what these kind of remind me of. They're such cute flowers. They're the most simple flowers, but they're so pretty. So that's where I got that one from. And then really do love them. So these right here I kind of got inspired by the dinner plate dahlias. I think they're dinner plate. Yeah, the dinner plate dahlias. If you guys have seen them, or this is not no dahlia or like a like informative video, but I just want to share with you guys what my mind goes through when I make these. The dinner plate dahlias definitely give off from this right here. The reason why is because the way that the dinner plate dahlias are is they have like these petals that are folded. They're just like rounded up and they're folded. They're pretty, I don't know, you guys just have to look it up, but this is what they remind me of. So as you guys can see, like the petals right here, they're folded inward, and that's what they're giving me right now. So again, look up dinner plate dahlia, and I don't know, you tell me if it kind of gives off that vibe. Definitely not the bottom part, because those kinds of flowers, they are pointy all over. They're like a really pretty organized flower. But that is what these look like. And then the next flower that I made is this one right here. And this one right here reminds me of water lily dahlias. And water lily dahlias are also really pretty. The difference between these ones and these, because they're both folded flowers that I made, is that the water lily ones have more of a rounded petal. So they are folded just like the dinner plate ones, but the water lily, they have more of a rounder shape. And so these are what I got, or these are like what I made that kind of remind me of those kinds of flowers. So you guys can kind of see the difference. These look a little more round. And I did use different sizes, so this one's bigger than this one. And you guys can see the seed beads in the middle, but look at the difference here between the 4. So I don't know if you guys can see, but these ones are more pointy and these ones are more rounded. But I love how they turned out, you guys. They're so pretty in person. I love, 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 love this collection. I was not even going to grab this collection. I'm going to get the haul video out soon. I'm actually editing it. So yeah, you'll hear me say that I didn't want this collection, but I'm going to do a swap with it. And I'm glad that she told me about it because, or well, not really told me about it, that she wanted to swap with me because my friend Steph, because she basically enabled me to grab this. Thanks, girl. Okay, and then, ooh, I have some loose seed beads here. They're flying around everywhere. Okay, so I know I brought up the Dahlia Waltzing Matilda flower, and the Waltzing Matilda is more so like this one. The reason why I say that, that I kind of mixed up this one and this one is because of the leaf shape. So the Waltzing Matilda, you guys, it has this like flow to the flower where the petals are really sharp. They're more of a sharper petal, not rounded, and they just flow around like everywhere. It's just really pretty. It's like hair, you know. And the only difference is that with this flower right here, the petals are all kind of going in towards the center, but with the Waltzing Matilda, there is an actual centerpiece, like where the pollen and everything is, if you would say. So that's what it looks like here, like with this flower. So this one has 3 layers, and again, if you look up the Waltzing Matilda, this is what it kind of gives me. Again, all the flowers I'm talking about are dahlia related. I do love them because of how many varieties there are of them. But this is what they kind of remind me of. Like, how pretty is this? So you guys can see all the layers. Dimensional. And I think that's the last one. Oh no, and this one right here too. So these ones are also kind of like the same type of dahlia shape, or like they give me the same vibe as this one, just a little different because they're more rounded, and this one has more of a center into the middle of it, but definitely kind of like a rose in a sense because of the middle part. But I just want to show you guys. So I did use some diamond dust in the middle of these ones. Come on. Hello. So yeah, I used diamond dust in the middle of these ones right here. It just looks like this. And of course, you know, when making flowers, if you guys would like to see me make some flowers on camera, I could try my best to do it. I don't want it to be a really long tutorial or something. When I edit it and I forget. Sometimes if it's too long, I just forget about my tutorials, but, or just videos in general. So, you know, I do like to kind of push them in the middle if I'm doing something like this, so that way they're a little bit closer to the center and they don't look too open on the outside and it feels like it's missing something. But I don't put as many layers onto my flowers just because I like the space in between, but I also don't mind, you know, like adding in extra layers if I need to. So, you know, everybody makes their flowers different, which is what I love because, you know, everyone has their own style. But mine, I try to base off of flowers that I've seen that I love, if I can. And so I just want to show you guys kind of how they all look together, so that way you could see them all. So I'm just going to platter them out onto my hand here. Or like put them onto like a platter, which is my hand. What the heck what was I trying to say? But here are all the flowers. My hand, I have long fingers thanks to my dad. He's 6'2", so I have long limbs, but look. All the flowers, and they're all different in their own special way. I love making different flowers and different sizes because, you know, when you're making a project, it's nice to have a variety that you can kind of, you know, separate and whatnot. So there's that. Trying not to take too long, you guys, but I really wanted to share with you guys my kind of like my thought process on when I make my flowers, because, you know, I love having, again, different styles of flowers, and I always am one to just turn to flowers that I love, to try to kind of base mine off of. So the last project is actually using those bow dies that I shared with you, and oh my god, you guys, this is my favorite project. But this is a little bow organizer that I made, and I don't know, I might actually end up gifting it, who knows, or I might keep it for myself to organize some of my bows that I want to use on some mail. But this is what it turned out, how it turned out, sorry guys. Look at how cute. It is a mini album die, so I was able to kind of make it into you can even do an embellishment book or a bow book, but this is what it looks like. And I did use these really pretty periwinkle blue planner discs. I like to use these because I have the punch to make the little holes that, so I tend to use these more than binder rings just because it adds a different look to it. But I love that these ones have hearts on the side. And if you guys have seen my Michael's haul from a while ago, I did haul these. But here we go, last project. So here's the front. Let me go over this die really quick. I know you guys have seen it, but there are 4 different layers on here, and the back layer right here, it has no stitching on there. But what I did with that, was I die cut it out of 110-pound cardstock for both the front and the back, because the inner pages I didn't use it. I wanted to make sure the pages were hidden on the inside, so that way they look really organized. It's kind of like a book. The cover is a little bit bigger than the pages, so that's what I did there. And then I did do layering pieces for both the front and the back, and you guys will see that using the dies. So right here, I did die cut the backing layer out of the 110 cardstock, and then I did do a piece of vellum for the middle because that one shows through here. So for that layer, I used vellum so that way you could not really see another pattern, and it looks kind of frothy, which is really pretty. I love that look. And then I did do the layering pieces out of the same pattern paper, which are these two, and I popped up every single piece so that way the bow was really layered and you could see all the layers, so that way it looks really pretty. I don't know if you guys can see right here. And I had to use this really pretty butterfly paper. For the center, I did use this peachy colored paper, and I layered both of the pieces because she did include 2 oval pieces so you can layer them. And as you guys can see, I brought back that butterfly, and it's just in this really pretty blue paper that comes from the collection. And yeah, I just added a little bit of gold. Some of these papers I did not get enough of, you guys. Oh, I'm so sad, but it's okay. It's still kind of available, so if I need it, I can grab it. But that's how it looks. And then for the little girly bows and the love die, I didn't use the love actually, but for the girly and the bows, I did turn them into little accent pieces for the front. So it does say girly bows, and I did, oh Lord, that was not focused, but I did turn them into little accent pieces for the front, and again it does say girly bows. And I did use iridescent paper, and I just put it on top of the same you know, like skin tone colored paper for the back, to match the album, so that way they're all cohesive and it's not too like in your face, you know. So it does say girly bows since it's holding the bows, and then they're just little hinges that I made. I don't have a hinge die, but I think she sells one, and I just did that to create the hinges on there. And then when you open this one up, you could see on the back here I have a layering piece. So that's on the back, so that way that's not empty. And then here are the other bows. So I am housing 2 bows from each size in here, and I just used a piece of foam tape and I glued it with some hot glue, and I could pull them and use them whenever I need to. But it looks like this, and again you could make this into an embellishment book, and I just thought a bow shape, I need to store some bows in them, and how am I going to do it? So this is how I did it. Oh, this one's coming off. I need to glue that. Yeah, I took the backings off for most of them because it was doing this, so I'm going to do that to this too. My camera is being so dumb. I hate when it loses like focus like that. Okay, so there's that one. So that's a larger bow. As you guys can see, I used pattern paper and cardstock. And then gotta be careful, I don't want the bows to fly out. This is the medium-sized bows. You guys, I wasn't gonna buy this collection because I was like, I don't need it, it's whatever. But I started working with it and I'm like, God damn, like now do I really want more of this? Because I just love how muted the colors are. So this one again is the medium size, and then the back of this paper is like this. I'm actually working on the haul video right now to get out, so I realized that was from like December. So, but I know a lot of you guys, well, not a lot, but a good majority of you guys were saying that you don't mind my older hauls and you guys want to see them, so I'm gonna edit and post them. And then these are the smaller ones. I didn't want to do black and pink. I don't know why. I just wasn't feeling it. But then I realized I die cut black and pink. And I was like, you know what? Oh well. And it actually turned out really cute. I don't hate Blackpink. I just didn't want it for this specific one. But yeah. So those are the mini ones. And then I did have an extra page. So I realized I did have, I didn't even purposely make these pages on what I planned on doing. I just had this amount of pages, and it just worked perfectly for me, because like I said, I just was die cutting, and or I guess I didn't say that, but I was die cutting pages, and then whatever I had, I was like, you know what, that's good enough, and it worked out. So the back of this, I die cut a bunch of the bows and the girly words, the larger ones, and I just put them on the back. So whenever I need to use them, I just pull them off and I could use them. But like I said, I don't know if I'm going to gift this. This would be a perfect embellishment book, or to give someone bows and these words, especially if they don't have the die. But this is what it looks like. So there's some gold. And I didn't do the iridescent paper on this one actually. But yeah, I just glued them onto some foam. And I could just pull them off whenever I'm ready. And this one is on 110-pound cardstock. And what I did on the back, so I don't know if you guys can see, and these hinges are thick because I use 110-pound paper, but on the front, as you guys can see, it's the front of the bow, right? Well, I made the back look like it's the back of the bow, and that, like, I was using double, like, faced ribbon where they both had patterns, so the back looks like this, and then I just made it look like it was the back of the front of the bow, like as if it was an actual bow. So I used the same center to kind of make it look like the wrap was the same. And then instead of layering it with all the other layers, I just kept it the back just like this. Because, you know, when you tie a bow, the bow part is in the front. Well, I guess technically not. It's on both sides, but whatever. You know what? It doesn't look bad. It looks cute, so... oh well. But that was my goal, was to make it look like this was the back of the bow because of the books. So that's how that turned out. And I know I did a lot of talking in this video and telling you guys kind of what my process was and thought process, but if I were to do a process video for all of these, I think it would have taken me much longer to get it out. So I really wanted to try to get some inspo out there for you guys in case you want to grab these dies. Like I said, I do have an affiliate link which will help me out a little bit. So if you guys want to use it, you can. It's free to use. But that finishes up my project share for this time around. I do have more dies from her that I am going to be working with. So this is not the last time you'll be seeing projects using her dies. But if you guys enjoyed seeing this video, don't forget to thumbs up it. I don't really say that. I don't know. It's not me to do. I just felt like I didn't have anything else to say just now while I was trying to move these. But yeah, you guys, so these are my projects that I am sharing with you guys today. If you guys enjoyed them, let me know in the comments down below. If you guys would like to see me make flowers on camera, I can definitely try. Just let me know down below as well. But I am so glad that she sent me these dies because I've been having so much fun making these projects. I kind of wish I made some of these with the what is this, Parasol collection, just so I could show you guys and they all kind of matched. But oh well, at least I have some really cute happy birthday arrows to use for some birthdays. But there's my video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed watching my share, and I hope you guys didn't mind me talking so much. But I hope you guys have a great day, whatever day it is that y'all are watching this, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.